Welcome to the Mermaid Tavern, away day at the Adephi Hotel here in Liverpool. And bless you. Slán Sivar, Chin Chin.
Love you.
Hey. And this is my mate Alun. You may have heard, if you're a regular subscriber, you might have heard me refer to him as. What was the year that you were the Beatle Brain?
1990.
1990. Was that Mark Lewison doing it? No.
Sorry.
Remember they used to do a thing called Ask Mark here? That was something else, wasn't it?
That was later on.
That was later on. So do you remember who was convening?
It was just some guy. I don't know.
One of the people here.
Yeah.
On that subject, we saw Thelma Pickles this afternoon.
We did.
And it was Mark Lewison interviewing her.
And someone's told me something happens within this, and you go, this is too much. But I remember how not to get pregnant after that, which was awkward because John was very demanding about when he wanted to see you.
Right. Yes. Okay.
And I didn't want to tell him what the reason was, because it was too personal.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Wasn't she good?
She was good.
And Mark Lewison was asking us some quite risque questions.
Yes.
About being with John at art school, about he wasn't shy, was he, to ask her
He
about?
wasn't.
And she was saying that back in the day they didn't really know about the they couldn't really Google the facts of life, so to speak. That's all we'll say about it. And she was quite good, wasn't she? I liked her.
It was a nice
and she
talk.
bless her, she looks really good for it.
Do you know what? We've had a good talk this afternoon. Thelma Pickles.
Yeah.
Jeff Britton.
Jeff Britton, Wings drummer, what era?
Venus and Mars.
Venus and Mars.
Clapping.
Just that album?
Venus and he got sacked.
You got sacked.
But hey,
A lot of people got sacked from Wings, didn't they?
well. So and then we talked to Billy J. Kramer. We've had a good time. But
Billy J.
anyway,
Kramer?
Nick,
Yeah. Go on.
the point of this podcast
Yes.
is that you have been coming here.
When did you come to your first?
1980.
1998.
He was here longer, well before me. He actually saw Derek Taylor.
Well, I did. Derek Taylor was here one year. I cannot remember the year. I used to buy don't buy it anymore, but I used to buy the little programs that come.
Yeah.
Do you buy them? They're all online
Not
now,
anymore,
aren't they?
no.
And he was here one year. But I have to say he was good, but he wasn't my favourite.
Who's your favourite?
I have to say it was people like Victor Spinetti. It was people like Alan Williams.
Yeah,
It was people,
Magic.
and
remember Alan Williams and Bob Wheeler used to have a bit of a duel.
Oh, yeah, didn't they? Yeah. Mike McCartney was here one year.
Yeah, he was here.
Pete Best was here one year.
Yes.
Clay
Sherman.
Oh yeah, and Astrid.
Yeah.
Kircher, she was here. So, who do you think was the best person that was here?
Oh, I'm going to say Alan Williams.
I thought you were going to say Patty Boyd
Patty Boyd.
because
By the way,
Patty was
Boyd
here one
is
year.
lovely.
Everybody and
She is lovely.
Alan got me to take pictures of her,
Yeah.
signing pictures for him. I
She,
know.
by the way, she was beautiful in her day, and even now as a 75-year-old, she's beautiful.
That's her.
We've had some good guests over the years.
We
but
have. Yeah.
I don't know, we've never had some top guests apart from Derek Taylor, which I never knew.
Well, I remember Derek being here, but I can't remember what year. Maybe if you can, if you can.
I wasn't here.
I wasn't. But
Obviously, you're
1980, I came to my first Beatles convention here. 1980. You hear that? Oh
Well,
my
that was
God.
8 years before me, and
I came with my dad.
do you know what?
In 1980.
To be fair, like it used to be the Quarrymen that would talk. It would be.
Which of the Quarrymen still around? Colin Hanson's still around. He wasn't here this year, was he?
No, he wasn't.
Normally he has a little thing when he signs his drum thing. I was quite disappointed. I wanted to see him.
We've had everybody from Colin Hanson to Len Gary to.
Is that Gary still around?
Rod Davis, yeah, they're also like Big Sean.
Oh yeah, I do remember Big Shot being here.
I honestly loved the Alan Williams Bob Wheeler duo.
Oh no.
Always.
Yeah.
And then there's been some like bizarre ones, like Mike Smith, who turned down the Beatles. How can you turn down the
I
Beatles?
don't know. What year was that?
No, I don't know.
Mike Smith, the actual Decca guy. You see, I don't remember that. I must have been 1 year, because in the 90s I didn't come very much. I was pursuing other interests there. Didn't come much in the 90s. When did we first meet? What year was that?
I would say it was about 1998.
Oh yeah, oh my god. Yeah.
But listen, Mike Smith was good because he was haunted by the fact that he turned down the Beatles.
Was he as haunted as Dan Aykroyd? They showed Dan Aykroyd plays in the Ruttles.
Yeah.
Well, the Ruttles, the Surrey Mystic T-shirt. They showed him chain smoking as the sort of the turn down the Ruttles, didn't they?
Yeah.
But was he like that?
Yeah, he was.
Was he?
He was
Well, chain
haunted.
smoking and drinking too much.
Yeah. Anyway, I think my favourite guest ever has to be Lennon.
Oh yes, bless him. And he signed the Ruttles album for me as Ron Nasty.
Yeah, same for me. And I met him 2 or 3 times, and it was good because yesterday in the cabin, his son came on. There was some like Beatles band on, and his son came on and he sang "I'm Never Been Spaceman." So afterwards, I went up to him and was like, "Excuse me." However, I just want to tell you, your dad was fantastic. I met him a couple of times, and one time, my brother was a huge fan of Neil Lennon. And I asked Neil Lennon, "Could you possibly phone him?" He went, "Yeah, not an issue." And he spent 20 minutes.
Oh, that's really nice.
Oh, it was fantastic. Great guy.
As nice as his dad was. And his dad was hugely talented.
Very.
I've been around the dealers' hall today here. Have you bought anything this year?
No.
I bought a couple of things. I bought the Paul McCartney Flaming Pie kind of what do they call it? The remastered thing, archive edition, because I've never had it on vinyl before. And I've also bought the Stranglers Raven, which is not really a Beatles thing to buy, but I had a sort of special cover, like a 3D cover. And I remembered it, I had it years ago. But we always used to buy stuff in the dealers store. Do you remember late in the day when you think you're going to get a good deal from the dealers, and you never do? They're still mean, aren't they? They want to keep their money. Yeah. You think, you've got to handle all this stuff for another year.
Go down at 10 o'clock and you get a bargain. But hey, Nick, you were here long before me.
Don't rub it in. Don't rub it in. Don't rub it in. I did a Beatle Mall here in 2013.
Oh, yeah, that was good. I remember that.
They put it in the wrong place. It was going to be. I wanted it in a smaller little space, and they put it in the place where they have the videos today.
Yeah.
Do you remember going to places here, and before YouTube, before you could see rare clips. There was a guy called Fenno Workman.
Oh yeah.
And he used to do all the video shows here. And then it was Keith Batman.
Keith Batman took over.
And it was videos that you never saw because it was long before YouTube, long before anything was available on DVD. I mean, you've got quite a lot of stuff on you. I mean, you've copied stuff for me, some rare stuff over the years.
Remember when you came to stay with me and my kitchen cupboards had DVDs in them?
It's kitchen cupboards rather than having kitchen implements in them and Beatles DVDs. I know. See, I'm not like that. Even I'm not that much of a Beatles fan. What is your most prized Beatles item? Not just record, not just music.
I met Paul McCartney once, so his autograph.
Oh, of course, he's got a little shrine to it. He's got a little wall to it, all shrine. I remember.
No, not anymore.
Your
It's all in my
Beatles
loft.
room.
It's in my loft.
Oh, bless you.
So yeah, I did have a Beatles thing in the garage, and it was converted.
Where's it all now?
It's in my loft in boxes.
But do you get it out? Have you got a?
I'm kind of past all that. Thing.
Bless you. So I got a record player earlier this year, and I've been getting records out again. That's why I bought that McCartney album today, which I'd never had before on vinyl. What did I say? Flaming Pipe. I had it on cassette, but I bought the archive edition, which has got an extra stuff on it, which you never had. So I've been buying stuff like that again, trying to enjoy vinyl again after all these years.
Yeah, well,
Are you not tempted to do that?
Well, vinyl's been. I've got lots of vinyl, but I haven't got any vinyl recently.
But will you buy the anthology series?
I've ordered it.
What, on CD?
CD.
Not
104 quid it cost me.
That's all the 4 anthology albums.
Yeah.
But you've got them before, haven't you?
Well, yeah, but
Did you buy them on vinyl before? Did you buy them on?
Yeah, I've got them in vinyl, CD at the time, all that kind of stuff.
But they've been
VHS.
they've not been remixed, but they've been remastered. Apparently.
Yeah. But on the subject of Free as a Bird, I was disappointed, to be fair. I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning on something like the 24th of November 1995.
Well, this is back in the day,
And I
not
was-
now.
No, I was disappointed though. I always thought John Lennon's, and by the way, that's all they could do. They could only do what they could do at the time.
Some
It
people
just
say that,
seemed
that they
ghostly.
now they missed the ghostly. There was a sort
Yeah, I
of
know,
ghostly
yeah,
air
there
to
was,
his voice,
it was. So-
and now they've remixed it with
Correct.
the metal technology. It doesn't sound so ghostly.
Yeah,
anymore.
but I like the new version because you can hear John's voice like now and then.
Right. But some YouTuber quoted his voice sounds a bit weaker in the new mix, not strong. 'Cause
Personally, I prefer it because
Right.
it's like John. There is a bit you do actually listen to a bit of it and go, oh my god, is that AI? But hey, I think it's better than 1995 version. And one of my favourite
Don't
songs.
talk about Jeff Lynne, by the way.
No, don't. Well, we saw him.
Don't start him on Jeff Lynne.
We saw him recently, and he was.
Oh, bless Jeff Lynne. Not a good way to go out, bless him.
One of my favourite Beatles songs is actually "They'll Love."
Oh, yeah. It's the stronger of the two songs, if you think about it, because it was more developed, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Mike?
yeah. But
what about Now and Then?
good.
I'm glad Paul worked on it. I'm glad he finished it. He
Yeah.
always said he was going to finish it off,
he did.
and he did finish it off. And I think it was worth finishing it
I'm
off.
not sure. I'm going to be honest and say I'm not sure he should have done any of it.
Right.
Just like keep it intact, keep the canon intact. But hey,
Yeah, you've got to, haven't you? Keep it intact. Well, I think
what's your
that's...
favourite memory of the Beatles convention?
Do you know, probably early days coming here. I've talked about this before. I went to my first convention in Sheffield in 1979 because I had an auntie and uncle there, and I just saw in the paper that it was in the convention at the hotel, and that's where I met for the first time people like Victor Spinetti and Bob Wooler and Alan Williams. We won't say how
Tell the story about the toilet.
Ow!
You have to tell the story about Alan Williams in the toilet.
We were in the cubicles, right? And that's the first time I saw him. Oh no, I did know who he was. He came in, he stood next to me in the cubicles and, should we say, yawned in Technicolor. We'll say that. Yawned in Technicolor. And then looked at me and said, "Alright, son! Alright, son!" I know. That's what he said. And then afterward, he's a legend because you can talk to these people. But Victor Spinetti, he's probably my all-time favourite person because he always gave you time. He'd do all the impressions of like George and John and Paul, which later on inspired me when I did the impressions for the play because he did them. And he said, he said about George Harrison's mum, Louise, wasn't it? He said, Vic, you got to be in our movie because my mum loves you. And he'd tell this story about John being at the National Theatre meeting Laurence Olivier stoned with Yoko Ono, and that was a very funny one. I can never do it. But Victor, bless him, he's my favourite, all-time favourite.
Well, I think my favourite might be Pete Best because you read all these books and it's like blah blah blah. And I walked in Adelphi in 1988, and in the Wave Bar. We're in Adelphi now, but in the Wave Bar.
Yeah,
Pete Best
we're in the kind of
sitting,
bar which is at the back of the ballroom, so to speak.
So Pete Best is sitting in the Wave Bar on his own, and I go, "Oh my God, that's Pete Best!" And I was I wasn't in awe, but I was like, "Oh my God, that's Pete Best."
Was it when he was doing that book Beatle?
No. Well, I'll tell you a story about that in a minute.
Right, go on.
So I went up to him and I went, "Pete, is it okay if I talk to you?" And he went, "Yeah, take a seat." I was 16, and what a nice guy. What a nice guy. That's all you can say about him, really. He's a nice guy. And he spoke to me for about half an hour, and he answered all my questions, and just a nice guy. And he bought me a pint, and that was
Bought you a pint?
Yeah, that was my claim to fame.
Oh my God, I'm jealous. Pete Best bought him a pint.
Pete Best bought me a pint. So
that's blessed.
that was magical, and then I met Alan Williams, who was also in the Beatles story books, and it was like
I think a lot of people miss Alun because he was around for even in the 90s. I hardly came at all, but he was here a lot then. But I just remember him early ones, and Bob Wooler too. and they were accessible. You could talk to them at the bar. I remember the McGann brothers, Paul McGann, Mark McGann, Joe McGann, at the bar.
Yeah.
It might have even been this very bar. And I remember just talking to them all. And I think Paul McGann had become sort of well known then. But none of the, Mark McGann, he's been here this year doing John Lennon again.
Yes.
But I saw him the Lennon play at the Everyman in 1981, the year after John was murdered. He's been here, yeah.
So, now you've mentioned it,
Yeah.
how did you find out about the news that John Lennon had died?
Well, I talked about that on a previous video. I was working in a record shop in 1980, and somebody in another branch but knew I liked Lennon. Called in that morning and said, John Lennon's been shot, like joking like that. I thought I didn't believe him. I thought he was just doing it to wind me up. How about yourself?
I was 8, and I vividly remember the day, which is a great thing because it reminds me of my parents. And I woke up and I went down, and my brother said John Lennon's been killed, and I went, what? I was only 8. And then my mum wasn't well; she was ill, and she was lying in bed. And I went to see my mum, and she went, "Are you okay about the news?" And I went. So. Then I went to school, and everybody was talking about it. Everyone was talking about it. It's bizarre because maybe I didn't realise how big John Lennon was, but he was talked about. And here's... In you come.
It's Trish.
In you come.
This is Trish making a guest appearance in our
She's from
YouTube
Newton
video.
Mearns, which is posh part of Glasgow. but she's not posh. She's not posh.
They have posh places somewhere.
So we're going to ask her the same question in a second. Okay. So and then I went to school, and funnily enough, my school backed onto houses, and this band got out at dinner time and played Beatles songs, all for about an hour. And then I went home. John Lennon was on the Radio 1. Went home. There was Panorama. There was the Beatles Help movie. There was Old Grey Whistle
Help,
Test.
Yeah.
And
we're talking about the night
it's
John
just
was murdered in
bizarre.
1980.
It's nice for me because in a way I remember my parents. I remember everything, my house, because I remember every second of that day. And it's not so nice that it was because John Lennon got killed. But in some bizarre way it was nice because now I'm remembering. So we're now going to ask,
Trish, what's your
where were
memory of that?
you?
Do you remember that night?
When
You
John
weren't really a
Lennon
Beatles fan,
died?
were you? But did it affect you?
But John Lennon was quite a big name. He could go far.
Oh no,
Did
yeah.
quite well.
Can you say when where
I was
were
in
you
my
when John
house.
Lennon died?
I was in my house. Well, I wasn't anywhere near him, okay? Yes, no, I was in my house, I remember. I felt quite upset.
I know. Anyway, to go out on a good one, I would say, who is the fifth Beatle?
Absolutely, fifth Beatle
Be
music
careful what you
wise.
say here.
Right, I've always said this. Fifth Beatle musically is George Martin. Fifth Beatle wise is Neil Ashman.
Who's the sixth Beatle?
Probably Mal Evans.
He got demoted.
Well, where's Julie? There's Julie.
See, this is where we disagree.
Not mentioned. Oh, he was upside down.
Look at this badge here that Alan's wearing. You see, look at this badge that he's wearing. You can see it now. Yeah,
And
the
I've got the
true
other one.
Mal Evans. Bless him.
So what we're basically saying is, right, and this young lady is affiliated to Mal Evans' daughter. And Mal Evans was a huge part of the Beatles story. I don't think he was a fifth Beatle. I think Neil Aspinall was. Because Neil Aspinall was there
He was a road
from
manager.
start to finish.
Anyway, we'll agree to disagree on that one. Let's have a vote.
Who's yours?
Mal Evans. What do you say?
I've got to say Mal Evans.
Say it's 2-1. I'm sorry, Alan. You're outvoted there.
I
Anyway,
have to.
bless you for watching. Thank you, Trish, for participating.
Nick, we're going to have this. What we're going to do is, for future episodes, we're going to pull out the Beatle Week programme for each year, and we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
And we're going to have.
If that's
'Cause
anything
you've
guaranteed
been
to
for
lose
40 odd
subscribers.
You've been Nick's been for 40 odd years. I've been for 37.
Baby, yours, it's Lennon boy.
But we've got lots of stories to tell you. And
Lennon boy.
hopefully you like them. Hopefully you like them.
Thank you, Chit. Bless you. Oh, bless the Adephi Hotel. Bless this convention. And I hope it continues for many, many more years. Bless you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Cheers! Say goodbye.
Goodbye.